Welcome to the South Boardman American Legion Hall. Today is a historic event, as this is the 1942 Ford M4A3 Sherman tank rededication ceremony. We take a look at the development history and features of an engine that powered the M4 Sherman and other vehicles. Starting life before World War II as a 27-liter V12 designed for aviation purposes, the Ford GAA would eventually becoming a world-class V8 for both military and civilian purposes. It was originally designed as a V12 on request from Henry Ford. Anticipating the start of another world war, Ford set about designing an engine better than any competing designs. The Tank Corps were in need of a V8 to power their Sherman tanks, so Ford were approached to resolve the problem of engine supply. Ford removed 4 cylinders from the unused V12 casting cores to make an 18-liter V8. To speed up assembly and supply of this new engine, they simply retained the same design from the V12, keeping the 60-degree angle and its all-aluminum construction. The Ford GAA, the largest petrol V8 in history, was born. For its time, the GAA was a marvel of engineering. Due to its military role, it had no belts or chains whatsoever. Everything was gear-driven for durability and to reduce maintenance. There was a power divider to drive the cams, distributors and pumps. A rare sight on engines at the time, its spark plugs were located centrally in the combustion chamber, allowing for a more complete detonation of fuel. It was a true double overhead cam engine with 2 exhaust valves and 2 inlet valves per cylinder. A 198-pound flywheel was used to smooth out the firing order of the huge engine. The GAA's capabilities were regarded as underused powering tanks, never being properly pushed to its limits in this role. The name Sherman comes from the British tradition of naming its American-produced tanks after American Civil War generals. Named after General William Tecumseh Sherman, the name quickly caught on in the United States, which soon adopted the practice of naming all its tanks after generals. The Sherman tank was the most commonly used American tank in World War II. More than 50,000 Shermans were produced between 1942 and 1945. They were used in all combat theaters. The Sherman tank's primary role was infantry support, spearheading attacks as well as bolstering defensive positions. As America's most produced tank, the needs of the U.S. Army outmatched the production capabilities of a single plant. To meet the demand, multiple plants put the Sherman into production, but with variations in design both due to manufacturing capabilities and different needs in the field. The M4A3 was initially produced exclusively by Ford, until it dropped out of tank production, giving it a V8 engine and a welded hull. This subdenomination became the preferred U.S. Army tank, but it also served the French and Nicaraguan armies in small numbers. Now for you to hear the incredible sound of the Ford GAA 18-liter V8 engine. After the war ended, thousands of units saw civilian use in various fields including oil extraction, transport, and agriculture. It was during these years that people began tinkering with it and uncovering its true potential. With minor modifications such as the addition of forced induction, its initial output doubled, while when stronger pistons, direct fuel injection, and a more refined valve train were combined with a turbo or a supercharger, the GAA could reliably produce more than 2,000 horsepower. Now, 82 years old, this Titan was overshadowed in terms of popularity by other Ford V8 developed during the golden age of muscle cars, but, in terms of performance potential, reliability, and size, it remains unrivaled. The American-made Ford Sherman tank will live in history as the most efficiently produced and most reliable tank on the battlefield. Thank you for attending the South Boardman American Legion Hull Sherman tank rededication ceremony, and special thanks to the Ford Motor Company for making all of this possible.